Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Culture had a nightmare. So I guess we'll just focus on the league. So yes, Celtic lose 2-0 at home to Borussia Mönchengladbach. They were the better team throughout, but other than when I had to just admit defeat against Barcelona, what are you doing, Kolo Touré? What are you playing at? He's had a great starting spell, and he's one of the most experienced players on our team. I just hate when I see just errors that could have so easily been avoided. Just put it out the park. We'll defend the corner. But no. Lad gets the leg round, comes back, and then Craig Gordon obviously caught off guard through his legs, and then Kolo Touré decides to just go from disaster to just catastrophic, world-ending horrendousness by trying to play it from the back, giving it to them, goes through and scores. So that's about my summary of the Celtic game. Celtic now rooted at the bottom of that league, in that group. Mönchengladbach ahead of them, of course, 2 points ahead. Their first victory in the Champions League. Man City thankfully lost, so it's still obtainable. Is it now an uphill task? It always has been. It's now an uphill task with ankle weights whilst I'm carrying Rikishi on my back. Doesn't mean I couldn't do it. If you know who Rikishi is, he's a big guy. Still probably could try, at least. So going to the other game, which was on my split screen, Manchester City fall victim to a devouring from Barcelona, 4-0, of course assisted with the fact they went down to 10 men. But here's the thing in this game. They actually pressed very well at the start. They looked like they were in it. Lionel Messi took advantage of an ice rink, which it seemed everyone slipped, and he knocked the ball into the back of the net, gave them a boost of confidence. But then Man City just, obviously, Guardiola wants them to play the ball from the back. But it's going to cost you. It always is a high risk. And I understand that people love to see the good football come from the back. But you have to play it when it's there, not just as the only option. What is wrong with playing a long ball into the corner? I've never understood this when it comes to fancy football. And Guardiola has stuck by this in every single team that he's played at. And that's why you brought in Bravo and told Joe Hart to take a hike where he's undoubtedly laughing. If you can listen carefully, Joe Hart is in hysterics at the moment because Claudio Bravo found out briefly against Manchester United, somewhat against other teams, but then Manchester City's demise at the moment, you have to attribute that to the fact that they're trying to play fancy football against a team that hunt like a pack of hyenas. Barcelona, in all their glory going forward, everything they have in their arsenal, people often overlook how good they are defensively. Just because they don't have an unbelievable ability to sit back and just kind of play that defensive formation that Atletico Madrid do or Chelsea did in the past, they're so good at high pressing and pressing smartly. They see an opportunity when Stones is trying to knock the ball around, when Fernandinho is trying to play it back. And look at those 3 goals. They're all errors that Manchester City were forced into because Barcelona pressed them so high and Manchester City almost were too scared to just put the ball out of bounds or too scared to launch it. Bravo gets caught and instead just tries to save the ball. What's going through your mind, mate? I don't think that was going in, but going 2-0 down against Barcelona is nowhere near as bad as going 2-0 down, which eventually will happen, but going down to 10 men at the Nou Camp, when you have this team who are just so freely knocking the ball around you, when you have 2 or 3 men as an advantage, it would still be hard to play against Barcelona in the Nou Camp. So I don't know what's going on. Bravo knows this. He played there. He understands how good Barcelona are at knocking the ball around. But instead, he gives it all up and just decides to, I don't know if it was just instinct to just try and save it. He gets sent off, and then the floodgates open. Messi grabs a hat-trick. Bear with me really quick while I pull up Lionel Messi's current statistics. I feel like it's redundant a little bit, though, to just keep up with the statistics because we know that he's the greatest of all time. Stop kidding yourself on to make any other argument. You're just doing it because you want to argue with your mate who loves Messi and you love Ronaldo. And you just want to argue, yeah, they're both great, but one of them is superior. One of them is having an off day and is still able to bang in a hat-trick. Doesn't mean Ronaldo is bad. It just means Messi's the best player we've ever seen. Just relax. Just end it. 464 Barcelona goals, 37 Barcelona hat-tricks, 89 Champions League goals, 2 hat-tricks in 2 Champions League games. And I say it's never been up for discussion. That doesn't mean Ronaldo's stats aren't unbelievable. It doesn't mean that he beats him in certain examples. It just means that Messi is the greatest we've ever seen. That's it. So therefore, Barcelona are sitting top of the group, 100% record, looking great, and I'm petrified for Celtic's well-being in this group. I think we are going to run the risk of being rooted at the bottom. Not even granted the refuge of a Europa. Try and say that 5 times. Not even granted the refuge of a Europa League place on a Thursday. Thursday night football. I would take it still. Still European football. I love that atmosphere at Celtic Park is untouched and it should not go to waste. But unfortunately, you can't just rely on atmosphere when you have catastrophic defensive errors. So here is the rest of your Champions League rundown. So Barcelona, of course, 4-0. Dynamo Kiev losing to Benfica 2-0. Besiktas, a great victory over Napoli, beating them 3-2. What a game that was. PSG, banging in the goals against FC Basel 3-0. And Arsenal, as you know, Alexis Sanchez's first goal, that chip was unbelievable, Jeff. 6-0 they beat Ludogorets, no problem there. Celtic, as I mentioned, let's not go down that lane again. Atletico Madrid, in typical Atletico Madrid fashion, up against an opponent they should be beating, winning 1-0, meaning they're still unbeaten. They are still unbeaten. They are, for me, as I proclaimed in a previous clip, still one of, if not the best and in-form team in Europe. Bayern Munich back to winning ways, 3-1 over PSV Eindhoven. That will be a sense of relief to Carlo Ancelotti, who we just documented in a previous clip. You can check that out. The Bayern Munich are going through some turmoil. So my takeaways from the Champions League, we're back at it. It's always enjoyable. It's always exciting. Real Madrid look confident. Dortmund winning. Manchester City falling victim to a far superior team. It was made a little easier due to Bravo's catastrophics. Joe Hart's laughing. I'm crying. It's my birthday and I still don't have anything to celebrate other than the fact that Call of Duty Star is a good song to go along with it. Take me out on the song, Jason.